Hello, I am a little delayed.
Is it like Speech Jammer when you're looking at the screen?
Hello, I'm a little delayed.
Have you ever done those Speech Jammer things?
Pancakes, cake.
Yeah.
I've never done that, so I can't say.
Yeah, Arnold's a loser.
No, it's just I've never done that. I never come across those stuff before.
Oh, there's a really cool rainbow at work today.
A rainbow?
A rainbow?
Yeah.
Like just an actual rainbow?
Yeah, it was
Yes,
actually
after the rain.
it was like the best rainbow I think I've seen in like a really
Was
long
it like
time.
double rainbow all the way?
Oh god, you're gonna bring that up again? Jeez.
Well, while Spencer looks up that rainbow, this is episode 17 of the Heycast, the #1 gaming podcast in our hearts. I'm Timothy. I'm here with Spencer and Arnold. Oh, I see the rainbow now. It's double rainbow all the way.
It is kind of a double rainbow.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a double rainbow.
Yeah.
Dude, it's totally a double rainbow.
No, it's not a double
Arnold,
fucking
you're
rainbow.
such a loser. But yeah, Giacomo is operating the buttons today.
Yes, I am the punch bag of this group.
Giacomo's operating the buttons today, so because Spencer wants to be on the podcast, he wants to be a part of things.
Yeah,
he wants to be accepted
in this
included into
Love me.
numerous different things. Because, you know, Spencer didn't have a lot of friends when he was a child.
Trying to make up for lost time.
Or the thing is also like Marcus couldn't come. And,
Yeah, Marcus couldn't come. There's some stuff going on.
He's doing his own
he's
muscles.
I
I feel like Marcus is like, you know, a dude that like looks at himself at the mirror, you know, but everyone, right?
just looks at himself in the mirror, just starts
flexing.
flexing.
Yeah. And it's like, you know what? There's the finger guns. Like, all right, cool. We're done for today. We're going to do the gym.
Does that every morning.
We used to have a friend in high school. His name was Mark. Yeah. I know. Coincidence, right? His name was Mark. And one time we used to hang out at the gym, and the gym had like these glass windows and stuff. So we used to hang out over there at our school. And so this one time we were like looking away, and we glanced back at Mark, and Mark's like looking at himself like through the window, and he's like rubbing his body.
He's checking himself out. And this is the same dude like in high school. Like we were playing butts up right at the wall.
Yeah.
So like everyone knows playing butts up, right?
Yeah.
Right. So we were playing butts up at the gym, and so it was like first period was over, and it was on break,
Right.
brunch time, and people were walking out of it. We're already out at the gym hanging out. And his bright idea was like as people were walking out, like, he's gonna throw the ball over the ball, hit the wall, and come back, you know, and continue playing their game. So this fucker just wanted to just launch it over the fucking wall and lose our ball.
He didn't want to, but he was so terrible at throwing that it just ended up that way. Yeah. So what have you been doing this week, Arnold?
I started playing Starlink on Switch.
You started last week, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned it last week.
No, I didn't. No, I got it.
Oh yeah,
on Friday.
Yeah, that's right.
And I like that game a lot. It's fun.
Yeah,
because you're going to, like,
did you ever play Star Fox?
No,
You never played Star Fox when you were younger?
What's wrong with you?
I never played any of the Star Fox games at all. I just know of the games and know some Fox McCloud and Falco and Wolf. But I
know them from Super Smash Brothers.
It's like those videos. You know those challenges where like the kids are like
shows their parents like what the characters are from.
There we go. So I saw one of them.
Oh,
it was
that's
like
Mario from Super Smash Brothers.
All right, go on.
So I played that, and then played a little tech, and then that's it. Nothing much.
Just a pretty chill week.
Yeah, basically.
Overall, it's been raining. It's been really wet this week. So, like, you go out and you hit some puddles, and then you start spinning out in your car, and you're dead.
Wow.
On my way to work the other day, like, I hit a puddle, and I almost spun out because I was going like 45.
Yeah, but his definition of spinning out is like going at the puddle at 45, and his car slightly just gear off. So that him is just like his car's gonna go.
I jerked pretty fast. Okay.
Yeah, but you didn't have a heart attack. But did you die? No, you're still here.
I did.
I'm
a ghost.
You were closer to death in that moment than you ever was before.
Wait, what?
You were closer to death in that moment than you had ever been before.
Yes. I've had a few moments where like I thought I was gonna die.
Dude, you're a magnet of like car crashes. I'm sorry.
I have been hit. I've been hit a lot. I've caused one car accident, but I've been hit. I've been involved in a lot of car accidents. Shut up, Giacomo. I know you're thinking. I know what you're thinking, but yeah. So I've been hit a lot, but like I've caused one. Like it wasn't a
it wasn't
bad
that
one.
bad,
Yeah, it
but
wasn't
it
that
was.
bad. But yeah, I have been rear-ended a lot, and then I've had people back into me like in the parking lot a lot and stuff. So I have a few dings on my car, and it sucks.
Yeah, and it's seeing the first car crash. It was pretty stupid.
It was stupid. We were racing.
That's dumb.
Yeah, racing down the fucking hill to go home.
Didn't you ever play the Need for Speed games where it says "Don't do this"?
Yes,
and you just did it anyways.
Yeah, we were young, impressionable.
That's natural selection.
At its finest.
Yeah.
At its finest.
But yeah, how about you, Spencer? What have you been playing?
I am a very big fan of Hitman 2.
Okay,
so I play that a lot still. I've almost done everything in the game, but they have like the time content on it, which everybody hates, but I don't care because I still like it.
You're a hipster.
Mm-hmm. So like they have like the monthly elusive targets that you only get one chance to do it. I don't know. You haven't played it. I don't think they've even played it.
I played a dab of it.
Hitman 2.
First Hitman.
Just a little dab.
Yeah, just a little dab.
Baby
But
dab.
just we're talking about the one that you 3D, right, and do certain missions. That Hitman 2? Or like the actual game? Like there's Hitman 2 47. There's Absolution.
the new Hitman
one.
New
Oh,
Hitman
okay.
2.
We played it on the channel.
Yeah, we did.
Did you?
Yes,
Oh,
we played it on the channel.
We played it on the channel.
Arnold's played more.
Where am I? What is this show I'm on?
But yeah, Arnold's played more Hitman than I have.
Yeah.
He does like Hitman.
So
But yeah, we did play 2 on the channel.
bit of it.
Well, Hitman 2 is a very good game.
Yeah.
It's fun. Have you seen the one with the floating case? Did they patch it out?
No.
No, it's still there?
Mhm.
Good.
Floating briefcase.
Yeah, so like what it is like you have a briefcase that you can, it's like a legit weapon. And you can lock onto someone's head and just throw it and it will just track them.
Yeah.
Track them to where
It travels slower than most things that you throw because you can throw like wrenches and shit at people's head. But then when you throw the briefcase, like spins really slowly. So if they like turn a corner, it'll fall it around follow them around the corner. It's pretty good.
It's pretty
That's
good.
funny.
They're very, very self-aware devs in a lot of respects. So like they know about it and they've acknowledged it and like make fun of it and all that. So
okay,
yeah,
that's funny. What about watching? You watch anything recently of noteworthiness?
Not really. I mean, I finished House on
Hill House.
Hill House. Whatever
it was called.
Yeah, The Haunting of Hill House. I think. Yeah,
there we go. What'd you think?
I thought it was decent.
Yeah. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I what I liked about it was that, I mean, it doesn't rely a lot on jump scares. Like there's a couple of jump scares, but it is definitely more atmospheric. The story gets a little convoluted, like towards the tail end. But
yeah, I mean, like I feel like it's hard to do endings, right? Endings are always hard, and so it was like it was okay, right? But no, well, I mean, I think the creator said that they're done with that family story.
Right. Yes.
So if they make a season 2, it'd be based off something else. But I think it's based off a book, so loosely, at least. So I don't know. I mean, obviously, I think it was decently popular,
right?
I mean, if they wanted to, they could certainly do another story, but it'd have to be like not bad.
Yeah, no, it was definitely an interesting.
Did you look up after I watched it? I went on Reddit and just looked up all the stuff.
No, I didn't really look anything up.
There's like a full album that shows all the hidden ghosts in the show.
Oh, there's hidden ghosts?
There's a ton.
Oh my god,
like a ton. And I went through them, and some of them are like, well, I would have never seen that, but then you see it and you're like, oh yeah, there it is. But some of them are like, oh shit, like that was like right in my face and I didn't see it. And it's like really creepy, Yeah. And there was like one like super obvious that like I was like, wow, I'm blind. Like how did I not? It's like right in your face and you don't see it. But yeah, it was interesting going through it and seeing like, and then going back into the episodes and be like, oh wow, there it is. Like I didn't see it. So
do you think like these hidden ghosts are kind of like a play on like the whole spirit photography thing, or is it just like they wanted to hide some ghosts in the background?
I think it's like, obviously it was probably fun to do, like here, go stand here, we'll see.
Kind of like a Where's Waldo kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like an Easter egg sort of thing, right? But then obviously like when you go back and even when you go and see them and then you're like, I missed that. It's kind of creepy just because like it was there, and like you didn't see it at all. So it's like you're like, someone was watching me, and you didn't even know it. So it's just kind of like probably like a fun thing.
The microphone's starting to like drift away from your face.
It just it adds to the atmosphere of the show.
Okay. So
like also I forgot to mention I want to watch the series of Ted Bundy.
Oh, the Ted Bundy series.
Series. I really want to watch that one because I've been watching a lot.
Was it?
Yeah,
Called,
Ted Bundy.
it's called Ted Bundy. Okay,
yeah, Ted Bundy,
okay.
and like with the portrayal of Zac Efron doing Ted Bundy.
I thought it was a movie.
Is that the movie?
That's the movie. I was gonna say that's another movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Then all right, I was wrong. Then I'll really want to watch the documentary of Ted Bundy, and then maybe not the movie.
No,
because I heard a lot of things from like Lap Poscott on the left that they said like the series or the movie kind of is you know. Yeah. It was on it, so I don't know.
Close enough. we added a few more things to the soundboard. But I mean the fart is still an old one. You heard that in Garfield Kart.
Classic fart.
But yeah. Okay. So I guess I'll go into mine. So what did I do this week? I played more Resident Evil 2, and like Resident Evil 2, it's still really good. It's still a really good game.
I've only played Resident Evil 7. The only one I've ever played.
So you play that one.
Seven,
that 7 was when they started going back to their roots, right?
Well, 7's the first person one.
Yeah,
that's the most recent one.
Yeah, the most recent one. So they were trying to like go back into like a little bit more actual horror. Yeah, and before that they were like kind of drifting off into action.
Right.
Territory. But yeah, Resident Evil 2, it's still really good. It's still basically just a modernized version of the original RE2, and original RE2 is still good. But then you don't have to deal with like tank controls and all that stuff.
Right. Is it still the fixed cameras?
No. So it is third person, kind of over the shoulder view.
Was the original fixed cameras like the first one?
Okay. Yeah, RE2 original was fixed camera.
Okay.
You had tank controls and stuff. It was a little funky, but I mean it was still a pretty good game. But yeah, I definitely like it a lot more now that it has modernized controls, because I mean it just feels better, and the atmosphere is great. Everything about it is good so far. I haven't really run into any issues as of now playing the game. What else have I been doing? I watched today I watched Glass. So we went to one of those fancy movie theaters. I was like messaging you guys earlier about it. And yeah, like those movie theaters, it's a new experience. I haven't gone to a theater where you press a button and your server comes to you and hands you your food and shit.
Yeah,
so
it's nice.
Yeah, it is definitely nice, but my brother doesn't really like it.
Why?
He felt awkward. Like he thought it was kind of weird. And he prefers
too high scale.
Yeah, it's a little bit too high scale for him. That's kind of how he is. Like we went to Larson's Steakhouse, and when you go inside, it's like really fancy and everything inside. And so when we were eating there, he felt uncomfortable because it was too fancy.
Sure.
So he's not really too super into that. I thought it was definitely interesting.
Pinky up.
Yeah.
Excuse me, if it's okay, can I get a drink? Sorry to bother you.
Going back to that, I freaked out a little bit because when I was there, I wanted some wine. And I don't know anything about wine.
At the movie theater or at Larson's?
No, at Larson's.
Okay.
Yeah, so I didn't know anything about wine.
Like,
so I asked,
drinking wine for glass? Like,
He's top.
so I asked the waiter like what wine he recommends and stuff, right? But he goes over like some wine selection, but he doesn't like mention anything about price. And I was like, I'll try that. But then like I look at the wine menu and I realize there's like some $200 glasses of wine and stuff in there. I'm like, oh shit! Like what if this ends up being that $200?
Rolling the dice there, yeah.
But luckily it wasn't that expensive, so we were good. But I don't want to go to a super fancy restaurant like that again, because I feel like I'm gonna end up accidentally ordering something super expensive again.
It's always fun when they don't have the prices next to things.
Yeah.
So that's just like, me with your wallet.
Yeah.
And then like if you ask, it's like kind of weird because like they're like, oh,
you shouldn't be here.
Yeah, you shouldn't be here.
Another price. You shouldn't be here.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, Glass, going to the movie Glass was interesting. I mean, I haven't watched Split. I watched Unbreakable like a while back.
Wow,
when it came around, when it came out.
This movie.
Yeah, so I was not prepared whatsoever. But I mean, you can kind of guess what's going on just by like you can kind of stand alone. I mean, there are instances where like, yeah, it would definitely help to know more about these characters, because like there's like a chick that shows up that happens to know one of the characters, and like you don't really know the whole story behind it. Yeah. But I mean, it's not super important to the whole story for this particular movie.
Oh yeah, they don't want to alienate people that haven't seen
exactly. Exactly. But yeah, there are definitely a lot of instances where it does help. but like I think the movie is more okay. It wasn't really that great. It was kind of hyped up, sort of, but it's an M. Night Shyamalan movie, and he's not the best so far.
Did you like the plot twists?
There were definitely plot twists. I mean, it's M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong, so like he loves his plot twists. So there were a few, but I mean, it was an okay movie. I still enjoyed it. I enjoyed more the experience of being in a fancy theater like this. So, but that's pretty much been my week. I haven't really done too much this week. It's been
everyone's been indoors because due to the
raining. Yeah, nobody's really doing anything, and I've pretty much just been going to school and stuff lately, and then playing RE2.
You quit your job yesterday too.
I did quit my job at the Best Buys, so I'm not doing that anymore. No more retail, no more dealing with crappy customers,
and no more
no more trying to push credit card applications.
You're gonna miss that.
Yeah. But yeah, we got a few big stories this week as far as news and stuff goes. Like, there's not a lot of stories, but there's like a couple big ones. And the first one being this Metro Exodus situation. And Spencer, you've been keeping up a lot with this. You know a lot about this, right?
Yeah.
You want to introduce the whole story?
Yeah. So basically, the idea is that 4A Games, who makes Metro, their publishers, who's Deep Silver.
Yes, Deep Silver.
Deep Silver. There was one more too. I think they have one more publisher.
4A, Deep Silver, Koch Media, Koch. I don't really know how to cock.
Those two are the publishers. 4A is the, anyways, so they were planning to release Metro Exodus, which comes out I think like a week now, right?
Yeah.
On
it comes out the 15th, so about like 2 weeks, I'd say. Yeah.
They're releasing it on Steam.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody was getting their pre-orders, everything, getting hyped for it, especially people that were getting physical pre-orders too.
Yeah, the one that really screws people over on is the ones that got physical pre-orders, because if you pre-ordered on Steam, it's still honored through Steam. You can still have it on the Steam library, but you can't buy it anymore after they announced the exclusivity. But if you ordered a physical copy for the PC version, it comes shipped with an Epic key instead. So people bought it to have it on Steam, and now they're getting it on Epic, and people aren't really happy about that.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's kind of a two-sided coin, because
it's shifting again.
Do I need to tighten this?
Yeah, your microphone's a little.
Sorry, excuse me, everybody. This is really embarrassing. Such an amateur. Hopefully, a fart sound doesn't play.
Oh no, you got a boo sound instead.
I did it the wrong way.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got it.
So, double-sided coin being that I understand why they did it, because obviously at the end of the day they're for profit company, right?
Yes.
So like they're out to make money. Yeah. I mean, obviously there's people who work for 4A Games and stuff that are doing this as a passion, right? But that's not.
The point is they're trying to make money, and the deal that they have with Epic is a little bit better than what you would get out of Steam.
So I mean, I know that they then. One of the developers, was it a lead dev that tweeted and was saying, if you're gonna boycott all this,
it's just one of the devs.
Was one of the devs?
They posted it on a forum.
Okay,
but yeah, before we go into that, like the whole reason people are really pissed off is because they're getting forced, like strong-armed, into moving over to the Epic platform to get the game, and a lot of people, they feel like Epic is not. Their platform's not really as polished as the Steam platform, because they're still lacking a lot of features that Steam offers.
Yeah.
It's and like, I'm all for competition and everything, but I mean they're kind of forcing artificial competition rather than like, the more natural form of competition where like, I have this good product, so that's going to make you guys want to come over here. They're kind of forcing them by having all these exclusives.
Yeah, no, it's not healthy consumer competition.
Yes. Mm-hmm,
yeah,
exactly.
You're just if you want this game, you have to use this platform.
You have to use it, yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, the dev that posted on the forum, he was basically saying like, what was it? It's something along the lines of like, people that are like really pissed off about this and like are boycotting it and stuff. They're not like really true fans of Metro, which is completely wrong. The most vocal ones are the biggest
for sure
Metro supporters. And then there was like sort of a line in there that could be kind of construed as a threat. I actually have it on here over here.
That they weren't going to put it on PC anymore.
Yeah. And I mean, benefit of the doubt, maybe he was just saying like, all
behind you.
Oh God.
Great editing.
Issues.
Great editing.
There we go. Let me maximize that for. Yes, I have it over on here. Yeah, I did not expect it to pop up over on one of my other monitors. But yeah, this is the Google translated version of this, which I pulled off of someone's video. And then this is like the kind of clear translation. But the one in question that people are kind of construing as sort of a threat, where is it? It's in here somewhere. But basically, he was saying like, oh, if you guys boycott it and don't buy it, it's not going to be on PC. And people think like, oh, they don't want to make it on PC because people are boycotting. Right. But really, if we give him the benefit of the doubt, maybe he's meaning like it's not doing well, so it's probably not going to come to the PC platform.
There you go, right in the middle of the third paragraph, fourth paragraph, right there. I think.
Oh, I zoomed in too much.
There you go.
If all PC players will boycott Metro, then the next Metro, if it will ever come out, won't be released on PC.
Yes, and and then it's kind of hard to tell from text what the tone, but like I mean, the overall tone of this whole
it's not a happy one.
It's not a happy one. But Metro did end up kind of responding to this whole situation with a tweet.
The publishers,
the publishers, and it kind of clarifies like the whole deal. So basically, 4A did not have a hand in the decision to make it exclusive to Epic Games,
right?
And it was entirely made by. I still don't know how to pronounce this. I don't think anybody really knows the proper.
I think it's Cock.
You think it's Cock?
I think it's Cock.
Cock Media,
like Heckler and Cock.
Yeah, it probably is Cock. Cock Media and Deep Silver were the ones that made the deal.
Hold on, we're about to find out. Coke.
Ooh,
I've heard. So here's the thing. I've heard multiple. I've heard Coke. I've heard Kosh, and I have heard Cock as well. So it's kind of hard to say.
But we're going based off Google Translate. It's Coke.
So here's the full tweet from Metro Exodus on Twit Longer, so they can make a longer post, I guess. But it says here, the recent decision to move Metro Exodus from Steam to the Epic Games Store was made by Coke Media. We're going off of the Google Translate version. Coke Media and Deep Silver alone. The recent comments made by a member of the 4A Games development team do not reflect Deep Silver's or 4A Games' view on the future of the franchise. They do reflect the hurt and disappointment of a passionate individual who has seen what was previously nothing but positive goodwill towards his work turn to controversy due to a business decision he had no control over. We respectfully ask that any and all valid feedback over this decision is directed to Coke. That's Media. What we decided. Yeah, Coke Media and Deep Silver, and not the developers at 4A Games. The future release strategy of the Metro series lies with Coke Media and Deep Silver. Our decision to partner with Epic Games was based on the goal of investigating in the future of the series. Did I read that wrong?
Yes.
It was based on the goal of investigating in the future of the series and our investing. Oh my God. And our development partner at 4A Games. We have every intention of continuing this franchise, and the PC version will always be at the heart of our plans.
You okay?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm a little bit tired, but I'm fine. But yeah, I mean, some of this stuff, it totally makes sense. Like, it's understandable that he would be really upset because they didn't have a hand in the decision. But I mean, for it to not to ask that it not be I mean, the controversy go to them and to Coke Media and Deep Silver instead of them. Like, it was announced on their own website that they made the decision. So I mean, it kind of makes sense that everybody would be like, 4A, what the fuck?
And I feel like, well, people know 4A for making the games.
Yes, exactly.
Really, like their publishers.
Yeah,
right?
Most people don't know about Coke Media or Deep Silver. Everybody knows every fan knows what 4A Games is. Right. So, yeah, of course, everybody's gonna talk to them. And yeah, like, I get it. They're frustrated, but I mean, where am I going, dude? I'm so tired right now.
So
all this setup.
I think so. Like I said, I get it. I get why they did this, because obviously, if they get a bigger cut of the money, then it's like, okay, as a publisher, as a financial decision, it makes total sense. The issues that I see are that obviously it was very short notice.
Yes.
And I think one of the things that goes along with that is that, so if I went online and I went to Amazon and bought a copy of Metro, like a physical copy, right? It's been marketed for Steam the entire time, right?
Yeah, and then all of a sudden it's like no longer on Steam.
And I feel like, and I could be wrong, but I feel like, so when a game goes gold, that means it's done. They're making the shipping and all that stuff, right? But it comes with an Epic key in the box, meaning that before they announced it, this was already like going on, right? They didn't change that, so it's. I was reading a little bit like of the legal trouble that could potentially be is that because they use Steam as a platform for essentially advertising,
right?
And then they're not releasing it on that. And when people see the Steam logo on packaging, I mean, that is a selling point. Yeah, people have a lot of money invested in their Steam accounts. That's the platform that they choose.
And also it's the platform where all their other stuff is on there. Correct. So it's easier to access everything.
Yeah. So when they buy it under the impression that for Steam, I mean, that's definitely why they're buying it, for one of the major reasons. And then it's like, oh, sorry, you got to use Epic. Then it's like, hey, like you were advertising on Steam, it was on the Steam pages, and then it's like we're getting a different key. So it's like the timeline there is a little sketchy.
Yeah, and like I don't know the whole legal situation going on with there, but from what you're saying, like it seems like it's something that's been going on for a while. So it could be kind of seen as sort of false advertising in a way. But I don't really know with like the way they announced it here. I don't really know what the legality is behind that. So,
it's like if you like shoot a dude and you're like, or like he's missing, and then you like shoot him, and then you like say like, yeah, I found Timothy, but then you don't disclose he's dead, and then they're like, oh yeah, I found him, but he's dead.
Okay, I don't know. I don't really.
You lost me there. You lost me there so hard.
But were you planning on getting Metro Exodus?
I honestly have only played a little bit of the first one of 2033, and this was like years and years ago, and it gave me like a headache for some reason, which is like really rare for games. But I've always wanted to go back. I've just never sat down and been like, okay, I'm gonna play them. But I have friends that are like super diehard fans of it. So
I mean, it is a popular series overall. Sure. I enjoyed Last Light a lot. I played some Metro Last Light. I started 2033, but I never really got anywhere.
So you played the second one, but not the
okay. Yes, basically. But yeah, I still did have fun playing Last Light. My brother, like we both played it together, and I like we were kind of exchanging controllers and stuff. That whole situation. But I wouldn't consider myself a hard Metro fan because
I'm a hardcore Stalker fan.
Stalker?
The other side of the Russian coin.
Right.
Yeah.
I never actually played Stalker. Like
I've played a shit ton of Stalker.
How different? Because I hear Metro and Stalker compared against each other a lot.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the same kind of concept. You're kind of in a post-apocalyptic wasteland, and like you're kind of a loner, and yes, you're Ukrainian Russian, and but where Metro is kind of more a linear kind of experience.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's what I heard. Stalker is a little bit more open.
Stalker has the open world, so like to an extent, I mean, you can kind of go where you want in Stalker.
Right.
It's not like open world like Fallout. There's like it's like zones.
Right.
So you like go from this area to load the next one, but it's all interconnected.
Sure.
But yeah, it is much more open world, and you kind of like take quests and do that, and you have your main quest, but you can kind of digress into other things, and but yeah, it's really cool because they have a technology called, I think, AI life, or there's some life something, but basically the idea is that the world lives and goes on while you're playing in different areas while doing your own thing. So like factions can take over in a place that you've never been before, or you come back and like somebody else has taken over. So it's really interesting just playing it just because like different every time and all that. And just the atmosphere is really fun. There's a lot of really good mods for it, and yeah, it's just an enjoyable game. But it is. What's wrong?
What are you laughing at, Giacomo?
What's funny? Why? Okay. Huh? Okay. Anyways, but it is a little. It's a little bit more like not hardcore. It is less approachable than
because
than
it
Metro.
is inherently open world games like that are a lot more difficult to get into.
It's certainly more janky than
I'd imagine Stalker's an older series, isn't it?
It is, and it had a lot of like development issues, and it's kind of a buggy mess.
But you still love it?
It's got a lot of charm. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so this next story that we have going on, Giacomo did end up throwing the comb at Spencer. This is going to translate real well to the audio. Was Fallout 76, because, Fallout 76 has all their problems. It's a fantastic game.
Game of the year.
But basically what happened was a patch came out for Fallout 76. And there's a lot of issues that were reintroduced to it. There were bugs that were fixed, and now they are back. And it kind of points towards them potentially just rolling back to a previous patch. But do you think that's actually what they did, or?
It's hard to tell what they're doing now, just because it is such back and forth with this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what their idea with. I mean, this was obviously probably like a really fast cash grab,
right?
This game.
And like everyone's been waiting. It's like,
but even if it's just like this game, it feels like Bethesda overall has gotten kind of sketch lately. Well, with like the return policy issue that was going on before too, and then canvas bag
sucked.
The jacket kind of sucks. Like everything that they're dishing out lately, kind of sucks. So like, what's going on?
I feel like they've just kind of like.
They didn't fully prepare.
No, they just don't care as much as they used to. I think they become big enough that they feel like they can afford to just kind of like slack a bit.
Okay.
And I hope this kind of like catches up with them a bit and makes them realize like, hey, we kind of suck. I mean, they've always never been great.
Yeah, they've had a track record for having issues in the past, but it's never been to this extent.
All their games are buggy, but the novelty and the fun of the games and like the whole like detail of it overrides all that.
Yeah.
But it's a lot different when you have a multiplayer game based of it, because this is in time that people are investing in, like, you know, you have gear and your other people are playing and they have their gear and all that. So, I mean, it's like when you have stuff like rolling back and going forward and all these bugs and like the developer rooms and all this cheating and stuff like that.
It's not a fun experience.
Yeah, no. So it's hard to say. I mean, they probably rolled back, you know, and then they'll go forward and then something new will arise, because, you know, they're probably, it's like a boat that has like 50 holes in it. You're like patching it, you know, and then
like frantically trying to patch everything.
Exactly.
And you patch one hole and then a new hole comes out.
Yeah. So I feel like that's kind of what's going on. So I don't know. I don't know what their long-term thing. I know like I remember reading that they were making like the perks less effective.
Yeah. So
to make the game longer, essentially.
Basically, to clarify on the bugs that were introduced and reintroduced and stuff. So basically, they in their previous patch, people were using a perk that kind of made the game overall less tedious, right? And
God forbid.
But this recent patch may nerf those perks essentially, and now the game is a lot more tedious. And they didn't give like a free respec, so people spec'd towards these,
and now it's not effective anymore.
Now it's not effective. So they wasted all these points, and that always sucks, and nobody's ever happy when that happens. But the bugs that were reintroduced was I guess it wouldn't really be a bug, but bobby pins are heavy again. And then what else was there? There were a few other things. Ultra wide support broke again, and then some loading bugs that came back. So a lot of people they believe they rolled back to a previous version of the game. And what's kind of interesting about this Reddit post that I have here specifically was this guy's calling for a change in leadership at Bethesda, because I mean I can't really say it's the leader or I guess like the head of Bethesda specifically,
right?
But I mean I guess it's more of like a symbolic change that he would ask for. What do you think?
Well, I mean, obviously, it's like you'd have to know what their roadmap is for all this, right? Yeah. Like, you know, it'd be fun to see the internals here if they're like running around with their hairs on hair fire, or like, oh shit, everything's broken, you know, and the alarm bells are going off. They're like, Steven was playing and his ultra wide screen doesn't work, and he's like, okay, I'll make a note of it. And then, like, you know, they move on.
I think like this was like the big trigger of it, right? But I feel like it's everything that led up to it, which is why they would want to a change in leadership. Like,
well, yeah, I mean, obviously, I mean, people want this game to be good.
Yes.
I mean, people love Fallout and all that, but and I think they want it to like go forward instead of like one step forward, two steps back, right?
Every it seems like every update that goes on with Bethesda and Fallout 76 lately has introduced some sort of new problem.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's a leadership problem. I mean, it could be like an internal problem like that, or I mean, they just might be working with garbage and they're trying to like mold it to something like cohesive, but it's just, you know, and it just doesn't work.
Yeah, but then you have like you have like the Nuka-Cola dark rum situation, and then you have the canvas bag situation again, and then you have like the jacket that people don't think is like super appalling situation, and that's not really associated with a shitty game per se.
No, I mean that's definitely like, I mean, yeah, so I mean that's like definitely a different part of it, right? But as a whole, then yes, I would say that they need some kind of restructuring, just because like it's not just one department of their business that's wrong. It's multiple parts, right? Because like someone's not following up on quality control for the products or the game, or like any like the feedback and things like that, right? Like everything is they need to find out what's going on.
Yeah, and it kind of goes back to what you were saying about like they probably like felt like they're big enough company that they can start to slack off, but hopefully this is a wake up call. It doesn't really seem like it's really a wake up call right now because it seems like they keep causing more issues and they keep making more mistakes with
and they try to remedy it, like like when the whole canvas bag thing, they were like, yeah, we'll fix it, and then they're like, yeah, we're really gonna fix it, like we swear, and it's just like
Piggy promise.
Well, the canvas bag, it wasn't really like they I mean, they decided to after a while, but at first they were like, "Oh, we're not planning on fixing it."
Right.
But they and then
you had to submit your information, and then the information got leaked.
Yeah. They tried to remedy something, and then another issue happens.
Pretty much, basically, for buying this game, you got punished. Like,
pretty much.
You bought this game, the game sucks. The stuff you bought it for sucks, and then you're like, "Well, can I just like have something?" They're like, "Yeah, sure, okay." And then it's like, "Oh, sorry, we leaked all your information." So it's just like, all right, well, fuck me, I guess.
Okay, well, I guess on that note, those are the two stories that we have. This is a little bit of a shorter podcast, but
I think I'm hoping that this was kind of like they put out something like crappy or not, just to kind of like, again, like pad like the timing, because they announced the next Elder Scrolls, and they also announced that other space game.
Space Engineers?
No.
Why not? Let me live, okay?
I think there was another space game they announced, but those aren't going to be for like a couple more years. I think they're like going to push it for like the PS5 and like the next
this is just
generation.
Like, here, play with this for now.
Exactly. Distract yourself, go in the corner, play with your toys, and we're going to build this stuff. So I mean, obviously, if I think of like the next games are really good, then that'll make a lot of more goodwill, and like this will be in the past. But for now, it's like they suck.
All right. So if you have something to say about the whole situation, you can send them on over to heywe'replaying@gmail.com. That's HeyWereplaying@gmail.com. Or you can send us some questions if you have something for us to talk about. I mean, it'll definitely make the podcast more interesting. So
Downwell on the Switch is pretty fun. It's an old game, but it's a good game, and I beat it, and it was good.
What game?
Downwell.
Downwell?
Mm-hmm.
What is Downwell?
It's like a platformer roguelike game.
Oh, okay.
And
I know you love your roguelikes.
Like going down a well.
Okay.
And you gotta get like combos and land on stuff and all that, but it's fun.
So now I understand why the title of the game is Downwell.
Only $3. Support your devs. He used to work for Nintendo, and they left to work on games again.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. So it's interesting.
Do you know what side of Nintendo?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't know what side.
Well, they used to work for Nintendo, and go support them and play that game. It's only $3.
Starlink isn't very good.
Yeah.
It's not very good.
Look, I like the game, but it is repetitive. It is very repetitive.
But I got my plastic Star Fox, so that's all that matters.
So, but like I really want for like they bring back over like old games for the Switch, right? I've been really wanting to get like them to bring is Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga.
The Game Boy Advance
one for the
game.
Switch. Mm-hmm. That would be amazing. I'll play that.
Would you want it to be the game, or would you want it to be like remastered, like with 3D like kind of graphics?
Both.
You know how they did like did you ever see like a Link Between Worlds on 3DS?
Yeah.
Kind of like, it's still the same perspective, like top down, but it's like 3D models,
okay. Well, then I'll go with the old GBA style, because it's old,
Well, then you just need like the virtual console.
But then if they're gonna remaster it, and I'll surprise me, They won't.
They won't.
But it's Nintendo.
Yeah, they won't. They aren't gonna surprise you. Sorry. Thanks for joining us. No surprises.
If you're not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, do that. Or not. I mean, I'm not your mom. And also,
as we've seen, never get your hopes up and don't trust anybody.
Yep, and don't pre-order games.
Yeah.
Totally fucking buying Anthem though. And I already have seen it.
Dude, no, don't get it.
I'm gonna get that GSP on it, and I'm gonna return that shit if it's bad. I've already got my plan.
All right, let us know how that goes. Giacomo's going to write a review for Anthem on our website that doesn't exist.
If you want an alternative, I'll just burn your money for you. Just right in front. We'll burn on stream here.
Play with the controller.
Okay. Well, let us know how that goes. You can write a review for it and then post it to our fake website, or make a video review. I don't know. Do what you want.
Tweet it.
I don't control you. And then in the meantime, you guys should subscribe to our podcast on iTunes or Spotify or Podbean or any of your preferred podcasting apps. Yeah, preferred podcasting apps. And give us a rating. And we'll catch you guys next time.